Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. Coming to you from inside the Crasher here on this foggy morning. I feel like I'm in London. It's very foggy out there. How are you 111,614 beautiful souls doing? Wow, I missed you guys. Well, cooking a little bacon and eggs here. Got my screen on here because I get tired of cleaning up all this grease on this stove. I have ruined this camper. I used to not cook in it, and now I'm cooking all the time. And I got my little fan going there on the hood, and there's a young lady walking back and forth out here. She's about ready to pop. She's every morning and all day. She's pregnant, and she is ready to go. So she's out there walking, trying to bring it on. I think it's going to be a Christmas baby. So I remember my ex-wife used to do that. She would walk and walk and walk. But I feel sorry for her and happy for her at the same time. Well, everybody, I don't have much of a voice still. I don't know why. That's kind of the mainest thing, too, about making videos. Maybe if I don't scream. That bacon's done. Let's get us a paper towel here. I got a pot of coffee being made. What am I going to do today? I don't know, but maybe put my Christmas tree up. I'm feeling a little bit better. I've got all kinds of medications. I've got steroids. I got antibiotics. I got cough. They look like vitamin E pellets, little caps. I've got an elixir too, but they were out. They're going to order it. I'm sure I'll be all well before they get that back in stock. So, but I'll go ahead and pick it up just to have it on hand. I had it one time before from a primary that works really good. I had it for a few years. It was probably expired, but it's a cough syrup with codeine in it. It's a narcotic, but 1 or 2 teaspoons of that and it'll stop. Right now, I have these, what are they called? They look like these. They're little vitamin E looking pellets. There we go. And they are called, I'll tell you right now. Benzonatate. 100 milligrams. I'm supposed to take 3 a day. And then I've got prednisone. I got a shot in my arm. I gotta take that Band-Aid off. I got a shot of prednisone. And then I'm supposed to take these prednisones for 2 a day for 5 days. And then I've got this antibiotic, doxycycline, and they're 100 milligrams. I'm supposed to take 1 twice a day for 10 days. So there you go. I will completely take all the pills. They didn't give me anything for my voice. Until I get the voice going, I don't know how many videos I can make. Got a delicious pot of coffee being made here. Let me get you right over here and show you. I filled it up to here. I don't know why it's only come up to here. But anyway, feeling better. Actually, I got a shower this morning, made my bed. You don't believe me? Make the bed. I might get myself I don't know why I'm thinking about that. I don't need to. I might get myself a new bed bedclothes outfit. I got that one at Kohl's. It's pretty nice, but maybe a different color or something. I'm not sure. But I got some avocados here that really changed in about 2 days. I want to get rid of this bacon grease here so I can cook some eggs. That's a bunch of paper towels down there. I just put it on. I can't have that bacon grease and cook my eggs in. I'll use butter. Yeah. Wipe this out. Should have put a paper towel in the pan. What I should have done. Because it could have been hot enough to melt my pan there. What are you going to do? I'll just clean it out. Can you see what I'm doing here? Oh, man, let's get some coffee, okay? I had a cup this morning of coffee I made yesterday. Got the heavy whipping cream. Some things just don't change, folks. Some things just don't change. You know, I got to tell you, I'm going to get into a little deeper subject with you guys. Whoa! I knew it! Something's wrong. The filter. Oh my gosh. I got a mess, folks. I got a mess here. What's happening? Let me bring you in here and show you. We don't have it around here. We do a lot of yodeling, though. Come on, man. What a drag. Why did it... Oh. The filters are so small that it overran. I'm going to have grounds all in there and everything. Let me show you. Look at this. The water was over the filter edge. That's not supposed to happen. Here, a little light on the subject. What a mess. There's too much coffee for me anyway. This big coffee maker makes much too much coffee. So I think I'm going to start cutting it in half. I can't get it to drain though. Why isn't it going down? Let's work on it. Let's work on it here. Want to come in here and help me? Help me work on this. Oh boy. Why isn't the... No, it's on there. Oh, gotta press that down. Come on. Water's running out. I'm going to throw this on there when I take this out. See what happens. He still got it. That's still good coffee. Man, what a mess. I didn't run out of the counter yet. Much. Not much. Jeez. I haven't even made my eggs yet. I got a mess here. It's hot in here. I got to turn the air on. Ooh, smoky too. Ooh, gosh. Why is it smoking? Oh, the pan's on fire. Oh my gosh. I'm like, why is it smoky in here? Oh my gosh. Phew. Let me open up the back door. Holy cow. You know why the smoke detector didn't go off, don't you? Because I took the battery out of that sucker. Wow, the whole house is smoke filled. I don't know what's smokier, in here or the fog outside. It's just as foggy out there. Oh man, that came out good. Even with the mess, that came out great. Oh yeah, Maxwell House, baby. That's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. I've had coffee in my life, but this is the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. That is good. Good with bacon. Crunchy. I would have liked to make some eggs, but I'll just stay with the bacon and coffee. I'd like some apple pie or some kind of holiday Christmas pie, or actually, I'll tell you what I'd like, some fruitcake. Oh man, that's good coffee. Let's sit down a minute and talk. Old tripod Rooney out here. There we go. So let's just talk about what the sickness is. This is strange. Not too long ago, I went to my primary. I wasn't feeling good. I got my disadvantage plan. Switched over here to my new address, and I went to get acquainted with my new primary, get blood work done, and all that kind of stuff. And when I went in, I told them that I wasn't feeling well. I forgot how it went. Anyway, they said, go over there, sit in that room. And she come in with, looked like she was ready to do an operation. Mask, gloves, booties on, what do you call that? Hazmat suit. Just kidding. And she took a Q-tip about that long and ran it about that far back in my head. And she came back in 15 minutes. She said, you got it. You got COVID. And we don't get out. We don't want to talk to you right now. Come back when you don't have it. So I did. And then when I came back, she said, all right, let's do all this work, blood work and all that. And they did. And they do it all in-house. This is a great facility I have. It's called Optum. Man, I can't stand that I can't talk. I'm trying my best, but no matter what I do, it's just not coming out. Oh. But I've got energy and I want to talk. So I'll get back to the doctor in a minute. I'm bouncing all over because I'm all hopped up on this coffee, baby. It's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. One thing I got, good coffee. What else I was going to tell you? Let's get back to the medical. Okay, what did I have? I told you the first time I was sick, I went to the doctor a few months ago and before my trip, and she said, you got it. Get out and come back. And then when I came back and they did the blood work, she said, I'm going to give you the 65 and older or the 50 and older flu shot if you want it. And I said, well, all right. I've been getting the flu shot for a couple of years now. I never did in my life. And I think I'm done with them too. Not because I think there's anything connection, but obviously it doesn't work because you're going to learn that with what I'm going to tell you. How many of you trailed off already because you can't take my voice? So she said, well, I'd rather give you the shot in October because that's when most people get it. And let's let this COVID thing get further behind you before we do. I said, okay. So I did that. And I came back. I got the I got the shot for the geezer shot, the geezer flu shot. And I had no reaction to it, not like I did with that shingles shot I got about a year ago or several months ago. That put me on my back for 24 hours. So you can get sick from these shots. Have a reaction, I should say. So went there yesterday, trying to get back to the sickness story. What did you have? Well, first thing they did was go over there and sit down. Go in that room. You say you're sick, here's a mask. Get away from us. So I go in that room, put my mask on, and here she comes in her hazmat suit again. This time it's a different lady. One of the nurses there. She whips out her Q-tip that's that long, and she rammed it that much further up both my nostrils than the first lady did. I kept pulling my head back, and she kept shoving it in there. So I know they got a good swab. And so she said, all right, it'll take about 15 minutes. And I sat there for 20, and at least. She comes in. She says, well, you don't have COVID or the flu. Came back negative, so come on back. All right. Right away in my mind, I was like, well, what the hell do I have then? If I don't have COVID and I don't have a flu, what is this crap? So I go back. The only answer I got was, there's a lot of stuff going around. There's a lot of stuff going around. I think she repeated that like 3 times. I didn't hammer her and try to pin her down like, what stuff? This stuff? So it's a no name, and it's not contagious, she said, because I didn't have one of those too. So she said, what we'll do is give you a shot of prednisone today, prescribe you prednisone. You'll start that tomorrow, which I did this morning because I already got the shot yesterday, and some cough pellets. They prescribed this elixir that the drugstore was out of, just my luck. And I could have used it last night because I was coughing still. Those little things, I've taken them before. Once you get a cough and it's self-perpetuating and persistent, you got to nip a cough in the bud. You can't wait till you're coughing your head off for a whole day or two and then expect something to work. It doesn't. This I know. Anyway. Oh, God. So I'm not contagious, but I'm not well. And I think it's 2 things. One, I think I ran myself down. I think I said, I drove for a week. I drove a week back. I got up early in the morning. I was getting coffee. My time schedule was messed up. I was up at 3 in the morning in Laughlin, 4 in the morning over in Bullhead City. 6 in the morning, it was actual time in Florida. I'm going to bed. I'm getting up. Then I drive a week back. And I stop in the villages. I can't talk. And I run myself ragged making videos there, getting up early in the morning, having coffee with JJ and Bev. And they were ill when they left Laughlin, but they were fine when I got to their house. So I think that California Steve told me what he does, and I'm going to start doing it now. California Steve says I'm OCD, and I carry hand wipes everywhere I go. He says before I golf, I wipe the steering wheel down. Before I go in the grocery store, I wipe off the grocery cart. Before I get at a restaurant, I don't even hold their menu unless I have to. If I do, I wash my hands right away afterwards. Anything you're going to touch, he's so OCD, he doesn't forget. Well, I need to get like that because, folks, let me tell you, there are so many people with stuff going around, a lot of stuff going around, plus the COVID and everything, that people are touching everything. You go to a hotel room, that remote control, doorknobs. He tells me when he checks into a hotel, he wipes it all down, everything. And I mean, it's a lot of work, but all it takes is you to touch something and then touch your mouth or your eye, and you got it. So with all of the people that carry germs and a lot of people that don't wash their hands often enough, or especially after they do certain things, and I've seen them. And I've been in facilities and I've seen men just walk right out the door. Disgusting. So knowing all of that and the highly populated country we're in, there needs to be commercials about it. They need to start promoting that. But what do we got? We got garbage on TV about pharmaceuticals. They want us to be sick. You know, every commercial is a pharmaceutical. And they need to promote for us to start wiping everything down, to buy hand wipes, and to be conscious. Because let me tell you, I'm going to get into it now. I want to talk about health is wealth. You know, just as fast as you can go from healthy to dead, you know, you can get hit by a bus, right? Or you can slowly die. And I had an epiphany. This last sickness was worse than the COVID. And I still can't even talk. But let me tell you what I experienced. I experienced the epiphany that when you get sick, really sick, I'm not talking about cancer and those things that are going to take you out or could take you out and likely to take you out because it's the leading cause of death, heart attacks and things like that. But I'm talking about people that get sicknesses. Let me get you in a little closer. I want you to hear me on this. Come on down here a little bit. You are literally dying a little bit. Your health is going from a 10 or a 9, there is no 10s, I guess, down a notch or 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, when you're laying in a bed horizontal and you can't get up, or you don't want to go outside and you have no voice and you feel like, you know, crap, your immune system, your blood cells, whatever they call it medically, you are dying. You're not going to go out and play baseball. You're not going to go to the gym. You're not going to go take a run. You're not going to make love. You're not going to do any of the things that you want to do as a normal, healthy person that's not even thinking about that because they don't feel that. And then let that happen. And let me tell you how fast your thinking changes. You go from, I got it, and it gets worse and worse. And then you start thinking about, what do I got to do? I need to go to a doctor. What's going to happen to me? Is this ever going to get better? I mean, 24 hours when you can't sleep at night and you're up all night long seems like a week. And, you know, you're cognizant of it all the time, every second. Or you lay down and you can't stop barking. You're coughing your head out. Your head's splitting. I mean, this is the worst kind of death. Maybe not the worst, but not good. And so I started thinking lots of things. I asked for prayer. I got it. I prayed. They were answered. I'm getting better. I hope I am. I sound like hell, but I'm getting better. And, you know, I'm just going to go out and tell you right now. If you're my age, maybe even in any age actually, but if you're my age and you do not have a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or girlfriend, some kind of a companion, someone that cares deeply for you through sickness and in health. I'm not talking about family members that can bring you a bowl of soup Okay, I got that. But who wants to come around someone sickly and catch it? I mean, they could leave it at the door, but I'm not in an apartment complex anymore. They can't just walk next door. And I don't have anybody really close to me. I'm just going to tell you, you start having a little pity party. You start feeling sorry for yourself because, you know, you're sitting there moaning. You know, you're sick and you got nobody to help you. And, you know, the ones that, you know, that you're not so bad yet you're going to call them or like an ambulance. So you're grinning and bearing it. But there's a whole lot to say about someone that you're in a relationship with, your husband or your wife, that will come in next to your bedside and talk to you and soothe you and rub your head or put a warm compress on your head and give you an aspirin and make you some soup. And knowing that there's someone nursing you and caring for you, you have no idea how that will make you feel, how that will heal you. Because when I had these moments of feeling sorry for myself or loneliness, it was unavoidable. And I'm a very positive, self-sufficient man. You know, I've been single most of my life, but I was in a relationship, and you know, and I was sick before, and I had that kind of comforting. And once you have it, then you start remembering that, and you're like, oh man, look at me now. So there's just a certain part. If you are married and you've been married for 20 to 60 years, and I know everybody that's been married that long says, well, it hasn't always been easy. You know, we have our differences. We got this and that. Of course you do. I mean, I was never married that long in my life, and I had those differences. But the people that could stick it out, that are still together, you know, people that come to mind are, you know, Fred and Raphael and other people I know that some of their spouses have passed on, but they were together and they're still together. And they may nag each other sometimes. They got their own little ways. You turn into a different kind of a person when you get older. But there's something that they still have that keeps them connected. And that's their familiarity, their love, genuine love. And they wouldn't want to be without them. Even though they complain sometimes, they would never, ever want to be alone without that person that they know so well, that's been through everything with them. And a lot of these things you forget, you just take it for granted. But you don't, because you're still together. It's that glue, and I don't have it, and I had it temporarily when I was younger and married. But you know, my situation, I don't know whether I'm too young or I just didn't have the right one. You know, it ain't always one-sided. You know, they got a story too. You know, they weren't they weren't perfect either. Anyway, when you have that, and you are those people I'm talking to right now, and I know a lot of you listening to me right now are, because I know my demographics. And God bless you. God bless you that you have someone. Right now it's the holidays. Maybe you're going to spend time alone together. Maybe you're going to be with your children, your grandchildren. And, you know, but when you are sick or you need something, I mean, just going to the pharmacy yesterday, I wasn't contagious, I found out, but just the fact that I have to do on my own, it was like, this has got to change. I am going to be praying for that special someone in my life, another special someone. I've had a few. And, you know, there's always that one. But I'm enjoying the best years of my life right now. It's just that when I was sick, and I am sick, that I'm having a realization that I can kick this up a notch. You know, I've got everything that a man could want. Um, I really do. You know, you don't need anything more. That's just more. It's not any better. And what's missing is someone to share it with. It would have to be someone that obviously is adventurous, that's ready to crush it, you know, and charge it and do stuff like this. Not that this has to be, I want to live in a travel trailer. I'm not saying that at all. We can get rid of all this. But someone that would like it, you know, travel, hotel, travel trailer, cruises, whatever. Just likes to do, you know, not has to be afraid to go anywhere or afraid of places they've never been that they think are no good. Now this is a shallow thing. She would have to definitely be hot. She'd have to be attractive. I'm shallow that way. I've always had a good looking woman, and I'm going to continue. If I have a relationship with somebody, she's going to have looks. Okay? I mean, but not just looks. I mean, that can be the opposite too. And there's plenty of women out there that may be rotten to the core, men too, that have good looks, good physiques, but their values are completely wrong of what I want to be with. So I'm asking for everything, right? Why not? You know, it doesn't hurt to wish. So good morals, Christian, good looks, adventurous, and active, athletic, active in every way. And you know what I mean by that. Everything. Because that's what I am, and that's what a match would be, I would think, for me. I mean, if I could just sit down and order one, this is what I'd order. Now, do I want to go to the Philippines and get a 20-year-old? No. Do I want to go to the Philippines? No. Thailand? No. Mexico? No. Do I want an American woman that's half my age? No. Do I want a woman that, you know, has a lot of issues? Hell no. So, you know, I might end up going to my grave alone, but I know that there's 7 billion people on the planet, and we got 350 million of them right here. And you know, I used to say this. I'll bet there's 100 women in this county that would be compatible with me. But do you know how hard it is to cross paths and talk? I mean, you see people. You pass aisles in the grocery store. She's on this aisle, you're on this aisle. You never see each other. You came that close. Can you imagine? The universe has to come together and bring it. And when it is, you remember falling in love for the first time? I'm talking to you folks out there that's been married 50 years. Remember when you met and how you fell in love? It's kind of cool falling in love, isn't it? Being excited about somebody. You're always putting your best foot forward. You're watching what you eat. You're staying healthy. You're doing everything you can. You're opening the doors. Well, that's how you keep it going, you know? I enjoy being a gentleman, and I enjoy taking care of a lady. I'm an old school guy. That's the kind of what I meant to say earlier is I'm old school. I believe a woman should be treated like a woman, and a woman should treat a man like a man. All this career stuff and, you know, I need a lady. I need a girl that can't throw a rock. I want a lady. That's right. She's got to have some long hair. She's going to be wearing some paint. And she's going to be sweet. That's what I'm looking for. A sweet little thing. All right, so we got that out of the way, and we'll see what happens. Um, Now, today I'm going to venture out. I don't know if I should try to bring my health down again by going to the gym just yet, but I think I'm going to take a walk. It's still like London outside. What is this weather? It's foggy. Um, I would like to shout out to the community now. Um, we, as a community, are strong. Together, we're strong. Just like the country, we spoke, we voted, and now we've got, Donald Trump going to be running the country. He's not in there yet, though. And this aircraft carrier hasn't turned around yet. And a lot of the evil that's in our country is trying to burn this place down before they leave office. So just know that we're a long way from hitting the home run. But we have left the gate. We haven't arrived, but we've left. And it's the positive thinking that's left. He hasn't taken office yet to do anything, but let's just hope, folks, that the United States of America will, and it's not going to happen overnight, will start to turn to bring everyone together to get rid of all of this foolishness that's out there. What is it? What's the cancer? What is the worst thing that's happened to our country? I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's evil. It's evil from every level you can imagine. It's the evil from social media all the way to the national media that is the enemy of this country. It is the lack and the prima donnas of people that don't want to work. It's the lack of people that work from home, that don't want to go back to the office. It's the woke. It's the crazy thinking that I'm a man or I'm a woman and you're not. It's the absolute stupidness that we've said, let's try it. And it has destroyed, almost destroyed this country. There's one thing that never, ever fails, and that's the basics. The basics are the basics. And people always want to try and reinvent a wheel. And everything always comes back around. Fashion and everything else. We need to be able to talk God again, pray again. We need to be able to, talk to our neighbors, talk on the phone instead of texting. And we need to ignore, because you don't want to take away freedom of speech or anything like that, but it will go away on its own. If people don't watch or listen to the media on TV or negative social media on TikToks, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Twix and whatever, if people stop listening and say to themselves, you know what? My mind is not a garbage can. I have no room in my life. I want to contribute my remaining years to positive thinking, self-improvement, becoming a minimalist, only having what I need, being content with what I have, and being free and enjoying my life and treating other people like I want to be treated. Now just imagine I could be like bewitched, wiggle my nose or snap my fingers, and that would be the world you walked out your door and found today. Everybody you met would say, good morning, hello, how are you? Your phone would ring. Hey, how's it going this morning? Just checking in. How you doing? Merry Christmas. And saying that. Or, I'm going out to the store. Can I pick up something for you? Buying the cup of coffee for the guy behind you. Buying somebody's groceries. Doing some good Samaritan work. Mow your grass for you. I already got mine full of gas. I got this new zero-turn lawnmower. Let me run over yours for you. You get mine next week. You know, neighborly. Like, probably like a lot of people are over in the villages, because they have found a community that are like-minded. They go to the same place. They want to be around each other all the time. They go to those squares, so they go to the same golf courses. They're playing that shuffleboard and that pickleball and all those other things. They're getting together with the same people every day, so they must like them. And they're being friendly. They're being kind. They're not being ugly. They're not spreading rumors. They're not gossiping. They're not spreading untruths. They're not envious. They're not jealous. They're living their own lives. And they're happy with themselves. Your own personal self-esteem is what people need to work on. You know, because all of this hatefulness that you see in the world, if you understand anything about 101 psychology, I mean, it really, you don't have to go to college for this, folks. It is so blatantly obvious when someone bites others or someone's envious or jealous of others. It's pure projection. It's what they know about themselves that are causing them to say that. They're so discontented and so lack of self-esteem that they have to try to, you know, that's what you see at the office, right? When people gossip about her and how she dresses, or him and how he got the promotion and this and that. It's because they don't want to put the work in that these people did. They don't want to stand in front of the mirror a few minutes longer and fix themselves. They want to knock down somebody else that dresses themselves well. These are nothing but projection, and it's ugliness. And when you hear it, you need to cancel it out. And I'll tell you another big thing you can start doing today. And that's what I'm going to do. Well, it's always been what I've done, but I'm going to kick it up a notch. Surround yourself with people. And I watched a YouTube video about this. That's why I'm thinking about it more. Surround yourself with people that are fun to be around, that are happy and positive, so that when you part company, you're like, he sure was nice. She sure was nice. They're nice people. He's a nice guy. You know, hope to run into him again. Hope to play golf with him again. And then you got these people that you meet or you've been hanging out with, and every time they leave, you're like, oh, wow. Hope I don't run into him again for a while. Wow, I feel terrible now. You know, wow, they just told me all these things about these other people that I was blissfully ignorant about until they wanted to come and shove all this garbage in my mind. How much of it was true? And when you hang around those people, like I've said before, you hang around an outhouse long enough, you're going to come out stinking. Believe me, folks, if you go to Nebraska and you see those cornfields, do you even think for a second they planted tomatoes? You see what they planted. When you hang around somebody, you know them by their fruit. If they're sitting there and you pick up on their gossiping, their hating, or you're watching something on TV and they're just spewing nothing but pure slander, and they don't even know these people, you know for a fact that these are just very unhappy people, and they want to make you unhappy too. They want you to think like them, because misery loves misery. So, I mean, I'm so much the opposite of that, that if I even sense that that's something they're going to start talking about on TV or social media, on my phone, or people I meet in person, my brain immediately tells me, cancel, turn that off, find a way to excuse yourself, get away from this person. I don't need it. I don't want to hear it, you know, because I want to think the best about people. Am I guilty of gossip? Am I guilty of slandering? Of course, I'm a human being, but I try to be aware of it. If I start going down that road, I want to end it, because so many people, they don't want to self-improve. They just go their whole lives, year after year after year. They're a bitter, angry, hateful person. They don't wake up ever I did. And lots of people do. Lots of people try to study, read books, read their Bible, ask Christ into their life, and they turn, they repent. That's what we have to do to change our lives. We have to find the good in the world because it's mostly good. And we don't want to float downriver, which is easy. It's easy to float downriver. It's hard swimming upriver, especially when everybody's floating down the river and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Come on, float down the river with us. This is so much easier. Join us. No. You do the right thing, folks, and believe me, your life will change. I see my life. Do I have the best life? To me, it is. Do I have a life that I'm envious of other people? I'm not envious, but I'm like, maybe I'd like to put some of that in my own life. So what do I got to do that? Not tear them down. You know, I'm happy for them. And then that's how I keep improving my life. But you just, if you want your life to be happy, you want self-esteem, you want to feel good about yourself with what you have, but you want the blessings to come in, just start doing these things. It's as simple like the basics. The basics never fail. You get in life what you put into it. You get back from the universe what you put into it. Believe me, the good Lord gives those what He wants to give them based on how they live their life. You're going to reap what you sow. So if you want a great life, start crushing it.